over in the road.
We all know that nature can be full of surprises. Sometimes it creates something beautiful, but other times it destroys. Right now, Yellowdisaster would like to introduce some moments that you have definitely never seen before. Please subscribe to the channel and turn on the notification bell for more updates. On April 11, 2016, the town of Wylie, Texas witnessed a severe hailstorm. Large hailstones as big as tennis balls fell from the sky, shattering glass doors and causing chaos everywhere. The torrential rain accompanied by these giant hailstones hit the ground with terrifying force, resulting in significant damage to local residents. People were terrified by the wrath of nature as these gigantic hailstones relentlessly pounded everything in their path. A sudden tornado touched down at a construction site in Battambang, Cambodia, creating a scene of chaos. In this dramatic setting, the tornado swept up a large amount of dust and two large green tarps into the air, leaving workers at the scene astonished and bewildered. The terrifying storm arrived, sweeping everything in its path and turning the streets into a dangerous battlefield for those navigating through traffic. Fortunately, the gray car stopped just in time as the blue sign was blown into its wheels. The scene was horrifying, causing shivers in everyone who witnessed it. The devastation caused by the storm was horrific, with strong winds so powerful that even large ancient trees were bent, their roots seeming to burst from the ground. The scene was truly haunting and left everyone fearful. It's so dangerous to be on the roads during storms like this. Strong winds accompanied by torrential rain create fierce tornadoes. Tornadoes swept away cars, knocked down a motorcyclist, and felled numerous trees and power poles. It was a truly terrifying and haunting scene. Funnengyeho, Jiangxi Province, China. Several major storms occurred consecutively. A local weather station recorded wind speeds up to 147 miles per hour. These storms swept away everything in their path, causing serious damage to infrastructure and people's property. The scenes were truly horrifying as everything was torn and swept away in the fierce storms. A giant tornado lifted a bus 10 meters into the air, creating a horrifying scene. The driver struggled to steer away from the tornado's path, but all efforts were futile. The bus shook violently before being hurled into the sky, amidst the desperate screams of passengers inside. Chaos and panic ensued, leaving everyone who witnessed it trembling in fear. The terrifying tornado swept through the streets of China with tremendous speed and power, leaving a desolate and devastated scene. The sky turned ominously dark. The wind howled fiercely like the roar of a colossal monster. The tornado not only destroyed physical structures, but also left deep emotional scars on those who experienced it, an unforgettable and horrifying memory. The sky around the tornado gradually turned murky gray. Dense black clouds gathered, signaling an impending storm. The tornado was not just a display of natural power, but also a reminder of human fragility in the face of nature's fury. On June 1, 2023, in Liaoning Province, China, a giant tornado appeared, creating a horrifying scene. Fortunately, he was indoors when he recorded this video. The video captured a horrifying moment when a strong gust of wind blew away the balcony glass door of a high-rise apartment in Nanshui City, China. It was a truly terrifying scene that would make anyone watching gasp in fear. On November 10th in Western Australia, residents recorded the moment a powerful dust storm spiraled up tens of meters near an iron ore mine. The tornado looked terrifying with its brownish-red hue, carrying a lot of dust and appearing in dry, hot environments like deserts. Its appearance created a scene both frightening and majestic, leaving everyone who witnessed it startled. Like the video, subscribe to our channel, and hit the bell icon to watch more amazing moments. A sudden severe hailstorm poured down, large hailstones the size of chicken eggs hitting the ground and glass doors with a loud smashing sound. The wind blew fiercely, carrying the hailstorm, pounding against the glass doors. It was a terrifying and overwhelming scene as hail and strong winds combined to create a display of nature's power and cruelty. In less than 10 seconds, a streetlight in Thandao City was struck by lightning 12 times during a major storm. Many people humorously remarked, "That streetlight is really unlucky." On the street, a large storm swept in, transforming the landscape into a chaotic and fierce painting. It was fortunate that the little girl managed to run inside. The strong wind was so powerful that it blew everything away, even sweeping items onto the bridge. People were running around in panic, trying to find shelter. The terrifying storm made it impossible for them to return home at that moment. The corrugated iron sheets are flying everywhere. The wind is so strong. A powerful tornado tore through northern China, blowing houses into pieces and lifting them into the air. The scene looked like a powerful giant monster. The tornado even lifted a moving car off the road, truly terrifying. OMG, the wind is so strong. Combined with the storm, the wind has caused a large tree to sway violently as if it were about to collapse. Oh my, the large tree couldn't withstand that strong wind. It collapsed and fell onto the line of cars beside the road. This was a very dangerous situation.
Drzewo poszło, tak akcja.
Poszła akacja, ale ten chłop miał szczęście, on odjechał.
Even indoors, you could feel the fear of this Arezzo storm. The strong wind came with heavy rain and hailstones shooting down from the sky like arrows, truly terrifying. The flooding caused by heavy rain has caused devastation, but the bad weather phenomenon didn't stop there. A large storm struck a small town in Myanmar, making the situation even more serious. Fierce storm winds and heavy rain caused flooding due to the Rankine storm. The strong wind blew in, causing trees to almost topple over. A terrible hailstorm has struck Texas and Kansas, flooding the streets with apple-sized hailstones. Heavy rain continues to pour down, accompanied by strong winds that hurl the stones to the ground with terrifying force. Many properties have been severely damaged. It's frightening to think that these hailstones could hit pedestrians, posing a deadly risk. A devastating superstorm struck Grenada, bringing with it the immense power of wind and rain. The winds were so strong that numerous trees and roofs were lifted into the air. After the storm, the village looked like a ravaged battlefield, leaving enormous damage for the residents. The destruction left the community in hardship and loss. On January 22nd, a hailstorm with golf ball-sized stones hit a city in Australia. Fortunately, this storm only caused property damage without any casualties. The stones fell so densely it looked like snow, but their force far exceeded that of snow, creating an impressive and frightening sight. A gigantic red tornado, like a scene from Doomsday, attacked Mexico, terrifying local residents. The tornado carried sand, dust, and water, destroying many houses. The buildings in the town were heavily damaged by its tremendous power. Thankfully, no one was injured in this frightening event.
Ay, Dios mío. Ya se lleva la Ay, Dios mío.
The sky is gray, signaling a big storm. What's happening there? Oh my, a container has overturned right on the highway. It was swept over by a large tornado, incredibly dangerous. After toppling the container, the tornado quickly vanished. Luckily, the man in the vehicle wasn't injured.
That tornado's about 100 yards. So I was checking on this driver just to make sure he's always moving around inside. Okay, there's the tornado. Okay, again, we're closing in on Mineola right now. The tornado. Wow.
A terrifyingly rare fire devil appeared at a farm in Brazil. This fire tornado, reaching 79 meters in height, was captured on video. Wow! A lightning storm in Guatemala struck simultaneously with the eruption of the Fuego volcano. It's pouring rain outside. Oh my, the hailstones are hitting his car windows, cracking them. These hailstones must be very large and falling with great force, causing the car windows to shatter. It's dangerous to travel in such harsh weather. Lightning strikes, looking like it's dancing to some magical symphony. This scene is beautiful but also extremely dangerous if someone were to get struck. On May 22nd, the central region of Iowa, USA, endured a monster tornado that caused severe damage to many residents. The tornado, described as the largest of the year, tore through Greenfield, sweeping away numerous homes and destroying everything in its path. Many buildings in Greenfield were reduced to rubble, leaving people with nothing and in hardship. The desolation and loss of the residents are heartbreaking and haunting. And there are many other interesting moments as well. Please stay and watch our next videos.
Oh my God!
On May 24th, a terrible tornado struck Glenpool, Oklahoma, USA. The sky was pitch black, and the strong winds swirled into a giant tornado. Even from a distance, its power was enough to feel its horror. It seemed like it could suck everything into its giant vortex. This scene is not only frightening, but also demonstrates the destructive power of nature.
Oh, right here, right in front of us. Here we go. Watch out for these trees. Wait for it. Say launch. Ready? Yeah, go ahead. Get it large. Parachute problems in the tornado! Launch! Jump!
How crazy. That tornado moved as fast as the wind. Oh wow, it toppled a container truck, flinging it to the roadside. It looked like a giant black monster, so big I thought it could swallow us if caught. The tornado's strength and speed were terrifying, making everything in its path chaotic and dangerous. Hailstorms may seem ordinary, but they can cause significant damage to cars. They can shatter windows, dent cabins, and even cause serious injury if they hit someone. Always be careful and cautious during a hailstorm, as their destruction should not be underestimated. This is the scene when Hurricane Ida swept through Manhattan. Debris, including metal sheets, road signs, wood, tree fragments, and all sorts of materials, were caught in the storm's furious vortex. Sight and sound as I stood in the eye of Hurricane Ian. Nothing is more intense than this, the filmmaker shared. A video captured a devastating derecho that tore through several regions in southern Europe, killing 12 people, injuring over 100, and causing $250 million in damage. A record wind gust of 139 mpm was recorded in Corsica, France. This extreme convective event looked like something out of a sci-fi movie. Truly terrifying. A video showed the incredible destructive power of Super Typhoon Hinamnor as it swept through the Japanese archipelago. The strong winds blew away everything, including roofs, creating a chaotic and frightening scene. These clouds seem to be the catalyst for terrifying tornadoes, bringing horrifying destruction to humanity. A nightmarish evening as the El Derecho storm moved into the Houston area on the night of May 18th, with winds up to 100 mph. The tornado swept through, blowing away everything in its path. Yet, the American flag stood resolutely there. Don't forget to press the like button, subscribe, and comment on what you think of these amazing and crazy moments. The man was trapped in the storm. Luckily, he was unharmed. The images and sounds were like something out of a horror movie, truly frightening.
This is my front yard. This is 2 trees knocked down here. There was one there. Back there is one that fell. And right there is one that fell.
Another example of the terrifying power of strong winds. A horrifying moment when a massive storm suddenly hit and tore apart a school gym in North Carolina, while children were busy playing basketball inside. As the fierce storm swept through, everything was lifted into the air with raging winds tearing through every obstacle in their path. Hurricane Matthew swept through Florida, leaving behind significant property damage. Fortunately, there were no reports of casualties, offering some solace amid the disaster. When the storm hit, everything seemed to shrink back, creating a chaotic scene akin to a disaster movie. Look at this massive dust storm about to engulf all of Khartoum. The destructive power of the storm was evident through the relentless heavy rains, sometimes causing severe flooding and inundation. An unfortunate bridge couldn't withstand the ferocious storm in China. Its spans trembled, swayed, and eventually succumbed to the devastating strength of the high winds. A small boat is enduring a harsh moment as it encounters a fierce storm off the coast of Scotland. Fortunately, the filmmaker was in a safe place and captured impressive footage, showing us the terrifying power of Mother Nature. A horrifying moment when a waterspout tore through a Florida beach, blowing away tents and chairs, injuring 2 people. Swimmers panicked and sought shelter, witnessing the destructive power of nature.
Oh my god! Look at that. I got it.
When the power of the wind overcomes the water current. Due to the storm, huge waves attacked and devastated the coast of Sochi.
Бедные пальмы.
Ворота сломала! Полиция! Это первый этаж. Хорошо, что это 5-й.
These are the devastating consequences of Hurricane Laura in Louisiana. A sudden hailstorm hit, sowing chaos and destroying everything in its path. Thank you for staying with us throughout this incredible journey. We'd love to hear which moment resonated with you the most. Please share your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more captivating content. See you in the next video.